Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, welcome back to the first channel update vlog of 2019 as we look back at what happened in January and look ahead to what's going to happen in February. So first of all, thanks for all of the views, likes, dislikes, comments, shares, subscriptions for last month as we just continued on a merry way from 2017, just continue that momentum until the end of the month. We released one video because Dakar 18 had some free DLC released. The Inca Rally, which we put up this past weekend, and the Ruta 40 Rally in Argentina. We've done one episode and that just blew up for some reason. Lots of people checked it out. I think it's got over like 1,500 views, which is way more than normal on this channel. So yeah, thank you for all the people who've checked it out and for the few who have actually bothered to stay and stick around as well. So yeah, apart from that video, it's just another very kind of steady month as we try to kind of kickstart a few more series or try and restart some series and try to end a few as well. And we only ended the V-Rally 4 series. I think it ended at the right time, as well as a few days later WRC 8 got announced by Kiloton coming out this September. Cannot wait for that, as it's going to be great fun. If they just improve the handling model, that would be enough, because their environments, their stages were fantastic in WRC 7. It was again in V-Rally 4 as well, but I think with the announcement of WRC 8 coming out this autumn, it just reinforced that V-Rally 4 was just a stopgap game. Like, they had to release an autumn game, and they're just like, yeah, just release, we've got the V-Rally license, why don't we just release a V-Rally game in the autumn? And it's not a right game. It's not going to be a memorable game now. I'm probably not going to remember much of it in a year's time, so I can see why they did it, released V-Rally 4, but yeah, it's just a shame that it's not much more than just a stopgap between WRC 7 and WRC 8. And yeah, I think the announcement of WRC 8 last month, it definitely did kind of reinforce or confirm that as fact in my eyes. So yeah, V-Rally 4 was alright. Definitely I'm looking forward to the rally, because the rally was probably the best part of V-Rally 4. And we kick-started some other off-road racing games as well, or restarted and playthroughs of them, such as Gravel by Milestone, which I really did not enjoy first time around. I'm liking it a bit better now, a bit more relaxed with that game as well. Not playing at highest difficulty, playing at the second highest now, and it's still not great in my eyes. It's still not good, but it is much better than I remember. And I've actually recorded quite a few episodes ahead, so we've actually recorded the next master. I'm actually in the final part now, heading to the final league, so yeah, very much looking to try that out. And then of course Dakar 18 as well, apart from the DLC, which I'm going to end with the Ruta 40 Rally, 2 episodes tomorrow, 2 episodes on Thursday. Of course, we're playing for a normal rally with Nasser Al-Attiyad in the Toyota Hilux. It's not going well. We're about halfway through, so hopefully the second half of that rally will be much better, as we're getting in the swing of things with Dakar 18 now. It's become my go-to recording game. It used to be V-Rally 4 at the end of 2018, now at the beginning of 2019 it seems to be Dakar 18, which I'm just enjoying. Yes, the handling model is not great, but environments are fantastic. The co-driver can be very annoying, but then trying to figure out the route yourself, if you just ignore him, is pretty entertaining. And you can actually switch off your brain quite a bit during that game as well. If you just go by the road book in the bottom right, you can just figure out yourself really, even if you get lost, which I'm starting to get better at now than I used to be right at the beginning of playing Dakar 18. But yeah, with the DLCs released, you know, it's got some new fresh interest, especially with all the updates as well. They're still releasing updates. Released an update the other day, as they had issues getting out the DLC. I think they were meant to be coming out the same day, but they came out the following days, and so they came out with a patch again a couple of days later as well. I think the big patch 12 now, up to which in 4 or 5 months, I think it's 4 months now the game's been released. Fantastic support to see from Big Moon. And if they release a Dakar 19, or if it becomes part of Dakar 18 plus DLC, very much looking forward to it. I think they've learned quite a lot from the release, but I probably would actually prefer a Dakar 19 game, just so they can get the wheels and the handling and just kind of build on that and actually make it good. And as I tried the game out with a wheel, it's a very weird experience. I've got the T300. It seems like you can actually set up wheels pretty easy. I definitely set up my wheel quite easy. I haven't changed any of the settings, but the force feedback, I definitely get it from the environments, maybe exaggerated slightly at times. It feels like getting feedback from the car, there's nothing. It's floaty, it's numb, it's weird. Like you're driving over this environment, this rough terrain, you can feel that rough terrain. You can't really feel it through the car though, you're feeling it through the wheel. It feels very external, it feels very out of body in the car. When I'm playing in cockpit view and I'm driving along, it takes you out of that immersion. And I hope they can fix that if they release the Dakar 19, can fix that, having these cars being very floaty. That's why I play with the controller normally. But I definitely want to try it out with a wheel, have a playthrough with that and just see how it goes. I think I'll be better with a wheel, but I don't think the difference would be a lot. I think it would be like, say, playing between a wheel and a pad on, say, Forza or say the WRC games from Peloton, where it doesn't feel like there's too much difference, or perhaps a bit stronger on the pad compared to the wheel. I know it just depends on preference and practice and lots of external factors and preference just from the player, but yeah, I think with Dakar I could definitely get used to it with the wheel, even though it doesn't really deserve to be played by the wheel. It definitely feels like it was just a plug and play game with the controller from the handheld model. But then you've got the environment, which is fantastic. You've got all these fantastic things with it. I was a bit disappointed with the DLC. Now when I finished it, there was no celebration at the end, and there's like no podium or anything like that like you see in the WRC games or F1 or MotoGP or Supercross and all of the games. And there's no kind of difference between the DLC and the main Dakar rally. It just feels like continuation, really. Nothing has been done to make it different with the Dakar series rallies compared to the main game. I thought they'd try at least different music or something like that, but just same presentation, same everything. Unfortunately, I was a bit disappointed on that front, so definitely need to improve your presentation game, Big Moon. But yeah, lots of stuff to improve for the next Dakar game. And before this becomes just a Dakar review, let's talk about February. As yes, we've kick-started a few series. We're definitely hoping to, we're not sure we can end the gravel or Dakar 18, but we'll definitely try and get into the final stages of that. I think you might actually see Dakar 18 during the week as well, maybe on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday. That's because Wide 3 is going to take a bit of a back step in February. We've played it quite a lot through January, we've completed another tier, but we're just a third away through that game, just over a third away through that game, and the views have just gone down. I'm not enjoying it as much, so it might be time to just have a break from it, like we've done with all of these other playthroughs, and then come back to it with kind of a fresh face, be a bit more relaxed, like we have to gravel. Like I enjoy gravel a bit more than I did before. Like we did with Dakar 18, I enjoyed Dakar 18 a bit more than I did before. Like we did with the MX GP Pro, when I was getting frustrated with that playthrough. Went away, it was much better in the second half of that playthrough. So I'm going to do the same with Ride 3, take a back step this month. You might see 1 or 2 episodes, but mostly it is going to be taking a back step on the Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Still going to have the MotoGP 18, just head into the final phase of that with Mayo McDonald in his MotoGP career. It's going to be Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and we're getting into that second season. I'm not sure if the second season in MotoGP will be the last for Mayo. It just depends how I get along with that game. Again, it's getting very frustrating. We've made almost 100 episodes though. Somehow stuck around that long with a game that I'm not especially fond of. But it's still a fantastic challenge for me, at least, because I'm not the best MotoGP racer. So playing at these high levels with bikes that perhaps shouldn't be there, it's good fun. Just not battling our opponents at times, but it seems to be a bit better now we've lowered the difficulty. It seems to be a bit better where we don't have to be flat out all the time, be exact, be perfect every lap. We can afford to make the slight mistakes, we can afford to actually battle someone and be right up there now. And like when we were playing extreme difficulty where I was just getting frustrated having a good race for once, where I can definitely play at that level, but I have to be perfect. I have to be perfect with the the opponents as well. I have to have the opponents respect me, which is never going to happen because they don't pay attention to me. So how can I have a good race against kind of that level of opponent? So yeah, that's why it's lowered down, and that's why it's much better now as well with the LCR Honda. So definitely going to look forward to Season 2. Not sure what bike we're going to be riding for Mario, but there's a storyline there now. So I'm definitely going to try and feed that into the storyline and see if he does stick around with Honda or goes somewhere else for his 7th season. I think that is, off the top of my head, or 6th. But yeah, MotoGP 18 is coming to an end, at least the Mario McDonald career mode. And then on Friday, we got the first of 2 big releases, Supercross 2 coming out. I quite liked Supercross, it was great fun. I just loved the atmosphere of that as well. Yes, again, our opponents were a bit aggressive, but everything else, the riding was alright. Hopefully they've improved the riding, especially physics, like they didn't do with MXGP Pro. And hopefully Supercross 2 just continues. It looks like it's got an expanded career mode as well. Very much looking to dig into that. And just like with all new releases, it's going to be for the rest of this week and then all of next week as well for Supercross 2. So hopefully recorded the Dakar series, got Supercross out, got MotoGP 18 out as well. And then at the weekend, along with Supercross, you got iRacing returning as well with 2 episodes, maybe Dakar 18, maybe Gravel, but I'm not sure about this week. Maybe it'll be next week we see return of Gravel and Dakar, but there's only going to be a tight squeeze at the weekend. I might even have to go up to 3 videos per day. But you have that with Supercross, but then next week as well, another series, because we're building up the Dirt Rally 2.0. We went back to the old master, Richard Burns Rally, fantastic fun in that, but I think we need to go to the predecessor of Dirt Rally 2.0 to get good at Dirt Rally, get used to the handling again, get used to the environments, get used to the Codemasters way of things. So we're going to go back to Dirt Rally, and you'll never guess which car we're going to be driving in the 6th round championship. Little hint, as it is going to be good fun. I feel I've practiced quite a bit. I'd say practiced quite a bit, I've done a few hours. The wheel feels very light though, from what I remember, so I'm not sure if I've got to change some settings on that. But yeah, definitely looking forward to trying it out and just see how we go. And then of course at the end of the month, Dirt Rally 2.0 comes out. Because I pre-ordered, I got a few days early access, so hopefully I can stack up the videos and then release them in the final week of the month. And just like Supercross 2 is going to be all of the first week and then all of the second week as well before it calms down. So yeah, very much looking forward to the 2 big releases this month, and hopefully with Supercross 2 we can get through a 250 campaign in the East or West. I don't know, I'll do a coin flip before I start recording, and then yeah, go back into another 250 campaign in maybe a couple 500cc campaigns as well. For Supercross 2, at least that's the plan for 4 or 5 seasons, just like we did with the first Supercross. And then for Dirt Rally 2.0 until we do everything in Dirt Rally 2.0. But yeah, that's the plan for February, quite a lot. And there's also an arcade racer coming near at the end of the month, and it's probably not going to be a playthrough, but it's going to be a new type of kind of show off these new releases, where I don't intend to do like a playthrough or a career mode or anything like that, but just show off the game and just let you know it's been released and let you know how good it is or bad it is, or just like that. So just like an impression video basically. So yeah, I hope the first one of those type of videos will be out later this month as well. And then I said at the weekend, iRacing, maybe some other games as well returning this month too. But it's going to be a very jam-packed February. And so on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, MotoGP 18, Tuesday and Thursday this week, Dakar 18, then next week it will be Supercross and Dirt Rally. Then at the end of month, headed into March, it will be Supercross 2 and Dirt Rally 2.0. It might as well be sequel Tuesday and Thursdays, we might as well call it. And then apart from MotoGP on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays, if we have the time, we can put in some Ride 3, maybe other games, so I said maybe Dakar 18 to help, you know, speed up that playthrough, maybe even Gravel, maybe even other games as well apart from those 3. So yeah, definitely look out for Monday, Wednesday and Fridays to be a bit different for once. And then at the weekend, as I said, decorating, gravel, even Barge Control HD, we could stop that in and try and play through those long barges that we had planned for quite a long time now. And then just got iRacing, and as I said, maybe some other games as well, but lots to show off this month, and hopefully you're as excited for February as I am. I'll be back next month with another one of these update vlogs. Hopefully we'll be talking about a very successful February, and hopefully I won't be burnt out too much either. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next month.